women in business gives a completely different connotation of what kind of determination, purpose, and kind of vision is there. Also, the logo is very impressive. The tagline, engage, empower, and evolve, is definitely something which we need to work with. It's very clear that the leadership of this organization is in young hands. In fact, some of them are so young that they call me uncle. So, but I must ensure that I must hope that this organization will really make a difference. We have other similarly placed organizations which promote women's entrepreneurship. COVID representatives are here. We have ALEAP, we have the ASOCHAM Ladies League, we have the FICCI Flow, the FICCI Ladies Organization. But there is space for any number of them because in fact, while women have come a long way in so many other spheres of economic and social activity, in the area of entrepreneurship, there is still a huge gulf to really circumvent. In fact, I would like to share some data. In the composite state of Andhra Pradesh, the APIIC, we, as you know, develop industrial parks, we give industrial plots. So in our entire 25 years of existence, from 74 onwards, we have given 33,000 plus industrial plots all over the composite state, and only 8% of it was given to women. So completely disproportionate to the numbers, to the capacities, and as Sir pointed out, there is no objective reason behind this. And when we try to encourage women entrepreneurship also, we notice that there are lots of myths which float around. For example, one very widely believed myth is that women are not made for entrepreneurship. They may be good for various other things, but they just don't have what it makes to become an industrialist or an entrepreneur. Some people concede the ground a little by saying that, okay, women entrepreneurship is possible, but only in some sectors, maybe pickle making, papad making, stitching some clothes, and that kind of thing. Some people go a little further and say that, okay, fine, women can become entrepreneurs, but they cannot be as successful as men. They cannot compete with men. Another myth which is given lots of currency is that women can come up, but they require extremely high amount of support. Without support, they just won't be able to do anything, and you need to really go out of the way to support them, to encourage entrepreneurship. Now, as we all know, there is no science behind these myths. There is no objectivity, there is no rationale, and as Sir pointed out, it is perhaps the other way around. If women are given a free run, they can eventually become much more potent and much more stronger kind of entrepreneurs, more successful entrepreneurs than even men. But despite that, why do these myths prevail? Why do the numbers are just 8% versus 92%? So we need to also examine where these myths come from, and for this new organization, Women in Business, if you really want to make a mark, we must make an effort, a very conscious effort to break these kind of myths. Now, one myth which, one source of these myths is very obvious. It is among the minds of the women themselves. There is some kind of a self-limiting belief that, yeah, some of it is true. Maybe we can't really go beyond this level. We can't really achieve that much, which is again something which is completely your own creation. There is no logic behind it. There is no rationale behind it. But that can also be dispelled without much effort if you just kind of showcase lots of success stories. This is another reason which I feel these kind of myths persist, because we have not made enough efforts to really propagate who the successful women entrepreneurs are. And I can see a number of them sitting in this hall itself. So organizations like Women in Business, etc., need to kind of take steps to ensure that these success stories are disseminated. We conduct more and more entrepreneurship development programs, starting with young kind of women who are leaving colleges, who are leaving professional institutions. Tell them about the fact that hundreds of other women have successfully trodden on these paths. There is nothing limiting about not being able to succeed in entrepreneurship, and so on. We also know that lots of organization is required to do these kind of things. We need to identify who are the potential women who need to be targeted, how do we need to speak to them, what are the key messages which need to be delivered. They perhaps do require some kind of guidance and hand holding in getting their project reports prepared. We also need to give to them a menu of option on what are the areas which are profitable, what are the enterprises which are bound to get good returns, and so on. So another very productive area for this organization would be to conduct series of entrepreneurship development programs for short durations, long durations, get these kind of project reports, a shelf of project reports prepared, update them, keep talking to prospective entrepreneurs, and so on. Then the other kind of myth that women require lots of support, otherwise nothing else is possible. This again is something which is partly self-inflicting and partly circumstantial, in the sense that different governments do encourage women entrepreneurship by giving some additional benefits and all. But if you look at the totality of the picture, whatever additional benefits you are going to get is just a minuscule part of your entire project funding, your entire investment scope. And therefore, if we continue to focus only on that small kind of little bit of support which is going to come in your way, and feel that unless that is delivered, there is nothing that we can do. So that perhaps is again something which I personally don't agree to. Definitely we need to support entrepreneurship by breaking down all the obstacles, by breaking down all the barriers which are there. For instance, we are in the process of promoting parks exclusively for women entrepreneurs. Now one thought which has come in is that these kind of parks must be self-contained, in the sense that there should be a very safe kind of a working atmosphere. So there should be some kind of protection available. There should be a canteen facility within the premises. There should be creche facility within the industrial park, which is very, very welcome. We'll be very happy to support all the industrial parks where not only women are exclusively working, but other industrial parks also, where some number of women are employed as shop floor workers. And we'll be very keen to provide these kind of support facilities. But to look beyond that and expect something which perhaps others do not get is, in my opinion, again perhaps is something which is skewing this kind of a scenario, and which is again perpetuating these kind of myths.